hand at very least on this trophy.
Yeah, Toprak's got that advantage. 30 points is a sizable lead to take into the final round. What's going to give him a lot more confidence as well, as though he hasn't made a mistake all year. Any of the retirements he's had, they've been for mechanical issues or the crash with Garrett Gerloff and Assen. It hasn't been Toprak putting the foot wrong. He'll want to make sure he keeps that consistency. And
consistency is the key, because most notably, the sheer volume of podium finishes that he has had this season. Now, Jonathan Rea, the same tally as far as podiums are concerned, but actually what Jonathan Rea does, in a sense, is irrelevant to Toprak this weekend. If he banks 3 podiums, he's world champion.
Yeah, exactly. Toprak's going to be focused on himself. And speaking to Phil Marin, his crew chief, earlier in the week, Phil said, we're going to go into Saturday. It's not going to be a case of Toprak racing within himself. He's going to go out there, try and win that race. And then maybe on Sunday, that's whenever the team will have to then try and rein him in, making sure he focuses up and just getting across the line.
This man, Scott Redding, has also got a part to play as far as this World Championship showdown is concerned. At 66 points back from Toprak Razgatlioglu, he's out of mathematical contention for the title himself. But he could be the man who gets in between the top 2. Now, often those have been the 3 riders up at the head of the field, and that could go both ways. Jonathan Rea has a lot of points to make up, so he could do with Toprak being relegated behind Redding. But if the reverse is true and Jonathan Rea finishes 3rd behind Toprak Razgatlioglu, game over.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things, that Scott can be that spoiler through the course this weekend. We've seen it all the way through this season, how strong Ducati can be, how effective Scott Redding can be as well. What's going to be interesting for Redding is it's a level playing field here. We've seen it at different times this year. When we went to Most or Navarra, they were tracks where he was really strong, and they were tracks that were brand new for everyone as well.
Conventional wisdom over the last 3 seasons has been that it's generally been KRT who've been the riders with the experience, the team with the experience. So they've been the ones who've hit the ground running, as it were, at circuits that they've visited before. You only need to look back at Assen as being the perfect example of that. Jonathan Rea was never troubled at the Dutch round. So this weekend throws up something very different.
Yeah, this is going to be something completely different, and this is where having an adaptable bike really comes into its own. What bike's been the most adaptable all the way through the season? It's been the Yamaha. We've seen it all the way through this year, where different Yamaha riders have been really strong at different points, whether you're looking at Toprak all the way through the season, or you're looking at Andrea Locatelli or Garrett Gerloff at different points. Then that really has been the bike to be on if you're just looking for something that works in a very big operating window.
Inevitably, the final round of any season is always a time for goodbyes. It's going to be an emotional weekend for this man, Chaz Davies, who bows out of World SBK at the end of 2021 and at the end of an illustrious career, one of World SBK's top 10 all-time greatest riders. I don't think there's too much doubt about that.